everyone, it's Miss Vanessa here with the Lincoln Heights Youth Arts Center, and this is our second video in our intro to yoga, the intro to the art of yoga. So thank you all for joining me here today for our second round. A few things before we get started. Always nice to have some water around before your yoga practice or while you're practicing, so if you have a water bottle, go ahead and grab that. Also, if you have a mat or a towel you can place on the ground just to give you a surface to practice on, that's always helpful. Sometimes if you have a carpet, you might feel comfortable just being on the ground. So we are going to get started in a seated position. This is a class that is about 50 minutes long, and it's appropriate for about age 10 and up. And we'll start with a comfortable seated position. Also, if there's any poses that you don't feel comfortable in, you can always take a break. Okay, so again, we're going to start seated. And you can always have something under your bum, a cushion, or something else that if you want to sit on something, it might feel better for your hips, but you can also just sit flat on the ground. You have your hands on your knees. Your palms can be face down or face up, either way. Try to have your shoulders right over your hips, so you can even try to lean a little bit forward, lean a little bit back, and then find kind of the midpoint in your spine right over your hips. Let your eyes close or come to halfway open. And then take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Sometimes it feels nice to sigh out of the mouth. We'll take 3 more breaths like that. Deep breath in. Long breath out. 1 more deep breath in. Hold at the top. Get a little bit more air in. And then exhale all the way down. Open up your eyes and turn your hands to face the ceiling if they're not already. And we're going to trace a rainbow over our head. So inhale, bring your arms up, your palms touch. Breathe out, turn your palms out and touch the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Let's do a few more. Inhale up for 3. Exhale down for 3. 2, breathe in. Bring it down. 1 more. Exhale, float your hands down. Good, and then bring your hands to your knees. Take your right hand and place it behind you. Bring your left hand to your right knee. We'll start to twist. So breathe in, see if you can grow longer in the spine. Exhale, you might twist a little bit with your upper body. You can look all the way behind you. Let's take 3 breaths here. Breathe in, see if you can get tall. Breathe out, see if you can squeeze and twist a little more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more breath. Last twist. Come back to the middle and pause for your breath in. And relax your shoulders when you breathe out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So your right hand comes behind you. Your left hand comes behind you. Your right hand comes to the opposite knee. Get comfortable. Find a tall spine when you breathe in. See if you can twist on your breath out. Inhale, you get tall. Exhale, draw the belly in. Look all the way behind you. We'll take 1 more breath. Last little twist here. Come on forward for your breath in. Exhale, relax your shoulders back and down. And we'll roll our shoulders. So inhale, your shoulders come up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, roll them up. Exhale, roll them back and down. 1 more. Last roll back, maybe a little shake out of the shoulders. Bring your hands behind you and stretch your legs in front of you and give them a little tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap of your knees. You can rock a little bit back and forth and back and forth. And bring your feet together to touch like a butterfly. Hands on your ankles. And if you like, you can have little butterfly wings for a moment. Couple breaths here. And then come to stillness. Reach your arms all the way up. Twinkle your fingers. Take a breath in. And then see how far you can reach forward, 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 and then let your hands, palms come to the ground. And see if your fingers can spider walk forward until you find a point where you're ready to stop. And then just pause here. Some of you can relax your arms. You might grab for your feet and relax your head down. This is called Cobbler's pose or butterfly pose. 3 breaths, 2 breaths, 1. Exhale and come on up. And we're going to go right into a tabletop. So bring your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And we'll start with a cat-cow. Inhale, look up, lift your hips. Exhale, cat pose, draw the spine in, look down. Inhale, up like a wave through the spine, lift the hips, look up. Exhale, pull it in, round the spine. One more, inhale, you look up. Hips lift. Exhale, press down through your hands, round the spine out. Come to center, and we'll press back to a child's pose. So your hips come back to your heels, your arms stretch forward, and you land your forehead to the mat for 3 slow breaths. You can relax your arms. One more deep breath in. Long breath out. Look up at your hands and make a little tent with both of the fingers. So you have like spider fingers. Then crawl your hands all the way to the right and leave them there on the right. Take a few breaths. Relax down for 3, 2, and 1. And then look up at the hands again. Make those same little spider fingers. Crawl them all the way to the center. And then all the way to the other side. And flatten your hands. Relax. Notice how you can breathe through your right side. You'll get a stretch there. One more breath. Exhale. Look at the hands. Come on to the tip tops of those fingers. Crawl back to center. Last breath here. And relax in your child's pose when you breathe out. And we'll come back onto our hands and knees, our tabletop. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, round through the spine. And come to center. Stretch your right hand forward and touch the opposite knee. Same thing I think we did the last class. So extend the right hand forward. Can you kick your left leg back? Kick and stretch. Opposite hand and foot. So not the same side, opposite side. Breathe in. Exhale, can you try to bring your elbow and your knee together and crunch? We'll try 3 times. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, crunch in. Let's take it one more. Last crunch. Lengthen out when you breathe in. Bring your hand and your knee flat to the mat. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, round it out. Come to center, and we'll do the other side. So your left hand touches your opposite knee. Know that that's the knee, that's the leg that will move. So your left hand, your right leg. Extend your left hand and the opposite leg, right leg. Breath in, reach, reach. Exhale, can we tap elbow to knee? 3 times. Out and in. Out, reach and kick. Exhale. Last time. Last crunch in. Lift it out to the mat. Your hand, your knee, touch down. One more cat-cow. Look up. Round out, breath out. Come to the center. This time we'll tuck our toes underneath. Press your hands down and lift your hips up. It's our downward dog, our first downward facing dog of the class. Make sure your hands are in a place that feels really grounded so you're not slipping. I have to turn my towel over so that I can touch the mat. And when you're here, bend one knee and bend the other. You can move as much as you like for this first one. See how you feel. Find a stretch through the back of your legs. And when you're ready, come to stillness. See if you can lift your hips a little higher. Press your hands down. Deep breaths. And try to lift the right leg up into the sky and touch it down. And then the left leg up and touch it down. Now you can stay here, or some of you I know love to run. So you can run your feet out. Run, run, run. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to stillness. And then come up onto your tiptoes. See if you can tiptoe your feet all the way to your hands at the top of your mat. Once you get there, bend your knees a lot, separate your feet a little, grab for your opposite elbows and hang over your legs. Tuck your chin into the chest so the top of your head is pointing towards the floor. Bend your knees a lot. Try to relax as much as you can. Take a deep breath. And then let your hands dangle down. Bend your knees and we'll slowly ragdoll up. Come all the way. Standing position. Once you're standing, we're going to make a mountain pose. So ground your feet down. Have your hands to your sides. Relax your shoulders down. Mountain pose. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Same thing with our shoulders. Breathe in, lift them up. Exhale, back and down. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale, back and down. Last time. And let it go. Now we're going to try to engage our whole body with this. So we'll bend our knees. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Point one toe. Exhale, come to the middle, roll them back. Inhale, roll up, point the other toe. Exhale, back and down. Here we go for 5. And 4, point the toe. 3. And 2. Last one. Roll it back, let it go, shake it out. Let's shake our hands up over our heads. Really let your wrists go. Arms over the head, shake it out, shake it out. You can roll your wrists a few times in one direction and roll them in the other direction. And then relax the arms to the sides. Mountain pose again. Take your right arm and reach it forward. Stop there and see if you can imagine you're reaching something way in front of you and reach a little further forward. Exhale here. Inhale, reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Look up. How far can you reach? Up, up, up. And then swim your arm all the way behind you. Pause there in the middle. See if you can try to reach for something way behind you. And then relax your arm to your side. Mountain pose, let it go. And we'll do the other side. So your left arm will reach forward. Pause in the center and see if you can reach something. What is in front of you? What is there that you can reach? Can you imagine something really awesome? See if you can reach. And then reach all the way up. It moved up towards the sky. So can you reach all the way up? Maybe try to touch your ceiling. Reach. Take a breath in. And then swim the arm all the way behind you. Pause in the middle. Reach behind you. What can you find? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, and then relax your arm to your sides. Maybe a little shake of both arms, both hands. And then we land in our mountain pose. Let's bring our hands to our hips. Balance on your left leg and lift your right leg up, and we'll do some ankle rolls. So roll your ankle in one direction, roll the ankle in the other direction a few times. Make sure you're doing even on both sides. 3, 2, 1. And give your whole leg a shake. Shake it, shake it, shake it out. Just to warm our bodies up. Then step onto the right leg. Can you lift your left leg up and some circles with the ankle? Notice that you have to engage your upper body to keep balance. It's okay if you fall out of the pose. You can always get back in. A few circles in one way and circles in the other way. And then shake it out. Shake, shake, shake that leg out. Woo! Awesome. Nice work, everyone. Land in your mountain pose, and you might know where we're going. Next pose we have is our tree pose. So we land on our left foot. Hands stay on the hips. Bring your right knee out to the side. And this might be where you feel best. Or you might try to challenge your balance a little and walk your foot up the inside of the leg. So it might stay on your low leg. Your toes might stay on the ground, come to the low leg, or they might come all the way up to your inner leg. So either wherever feels best to you, and then bring your hands to your heart. You can always keep your hands on your hips if you need. And we grow our tree. So imagine your left leg is a nice tree trunk grounding into the mat, growing roots down, and then your arms or branches are reaching up and maybe open out to the side. Full deep breaths in and out of your nose. If you look at one spot, it helps with your balance. So instead of looking all the way around the room, find one little point to focus on. Take one more breath. It's okay if you sway in the breeze like me. Then bring your hands back to your hips when you're ready. Slowly bring your foot back down. And then just pause in the middle. Take a moment. Take a breath in. You might even close your eyes. And a breath out. Whew. Other side. Hands on your hips. Balance on the right foot this time. Your left knee will come out to the side. And then the foot will come, maybe stay on the ground, inner lower leg, or come up to the inner upper thigh. Wherever you feel most balanced. Again, we're growing the tree trunk, so grounding your feet like they're roots into the mat. Hands can stay on your hips. Imagine you're growing a trunk with your upper body, and then start with your hands at the heart if you're ready for that. Take a deep breath, and a long breath out. And if and when you're ready, maybe you grow some branches to the tree. You can play around with the shapes in your arms. You can try a cactus. Make some leaves, open, and again, find one point to look at and it will help you stay balanced. Keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1 when you're ready. It's nice sometimes to land your hands to the heart first, then land your hands on your hips, then bring your knee forward and your feet back down to the mat. And relax your arms to the side. Again, land in mountain pose. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Sometimes it's nice to sigh. Inhale. Let's bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Bend through your knees. Bow forward. Touch down. Inhale. We swan dive up. Reach up. Your hands touch. Exhale. Swan dive down. Let's go 3 more rounds of this. Inhale, come on up. Gentle with your knees, come on down, touch the ground. 2 more. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, bow down. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, nice and easy, touch down. Inhale, come on up. This time, arms come out to the side like a T. Take a breath here, and then exhale. Give yourself a hug. Bring your right arm under the left, and try to grab for opposite shoulders behind you. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Think of one thing you love about yourself. Take a breath. And then you're going to sit down as if you're sitting into a chair. So sit low. balance on your left foot. Can you try to lift your right knee up like we did before? And then cross it over and touch your toes down to the mat. So we're crisscross arms, crisscross upper leg. So your knee, you might not be able to see with my dark pants on, but your right knee is on top of the left if you can, and then your tiptoe touches down. Okay, so we're crisscross, crisscross. Take a breath. See if you can bend your knees a little lower like a springboard. Let's take 3 breaths. See if you can lean your upper body back a little bit more as you bend your knees. 3, 2, and 1. And listen closely. We're going to unwrap our arms and our legs and fly. So inhale, lift your knee up. Open the arms. Fly like a bird for 3, 2, and 1. Touchdown. There's a reason for that. That's called eagle pose. Relax your shoulders, mountain pose. Take a breath. Exhale. So now you know where we're going for the other side. So always remember that the second side will be a little easier than the first. Inhale, open the arms out. Exhale. This time it's the left arm under the right arm over and try to grab for your shoulder blades behind you. Big hug, lots of love for yourself to start. Breath in. Sit down into your chair, breath out. From here, balance on that right leg. See if you can lift and bend your left knee. Can you cross it on over and then touch those toes down to the other side? Again, the left knee on top if you can, higher than the right. Or maybe right in line with each other. Bend the knees, squeeze the arms, and try to lean your heart back. You might even look up, breath in. As you sit low, breath out. Let's take 3 breaths. 3, 2, last 1. Let's squeeze like a springboard squeeze, and now you really know where we're going to fly out. So breath in, lift the knee, open your arms. Let's fly like a bird, like an eagle through the sky for 3, 2, and 1. Land your feet. Land your arms, mountain pose. We take a deep breath in. We take a long breath out. Good job, everybody. All right, so we are going to try just a regular chair pose. So your arms come out straight. Take a long breath in, and then sit like you're sitting in a chair behind you. How low can you go? How low can you go? Oh, low, low. Make sure your ankles are pretty much in line with the knees. Don't fall too far back. And you can stay here. You can try to lift the arms up as you sit low for 3, 2, 1. Then come on up, reach up. Exhale, let your arms float down to the side. Let's do a couple of shoulder rolls, up, back, and down, and up, back, and down. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm and ready. So come to the very top of your mat. We're going to try something that I don't think we've really done a full round of before, and it's called a sun salutation. So the yogis used to salute the sun, so say good morning to the sun with this series of exercises. So we'll do one move at a time. You already know the first one. So the first one is our sunrise up, arms over the head. And exhale, we bow forward and down. Come on up, breath in like the sunrise. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Okay, so you're familiar with that movement now. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bow forward and extend through the knees. Now pause here, touch down. Bring your hands to the front of your legs and lift your spine, your legs a little bit more straight. Look forward. So you're like an L shape here. This is a halfway lift. You breathe in halfway, and then exhale, bow forward. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Okay, so we have step 1, step 2. Now we'll go for step 3. Inhale, your arms rise. Exhale, nice and easy, bow forward, touch down. Here we go for our half lift, hands to your legs, look forward. And now we'll change a little bit. Bring your hands down, bend your knees, and see if you can step back into a high push-up position or high plank. If that's too much, you can bring your knees down our tabletop. Breath in right here, and you'll lower all the way down to your belly. Last time we did this a few rounds, so you might be familiar. So this is our baby cobra, right? We half lift, look up. Exhale, come down. Let's just practice baby cobra. Squeeze your legs together, point your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Just kidding. This one's the last one. Half lift, breath in. This time, press your hands down, but we're come to tabletop. Okay, hopefully you're still with me. And now from our tabletop, it's our downward facing dog. So we'll practice the floor sequence a few more times just to get it in, because this will connect with the beginning of our sun salutation. So we're in down dog. Let's just take a breath here. Exhale here. Then inhale, can you come back into your high push-up or knees down? And then exhale, again, lower to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, half lift. Exhale, press through your hands and knees, tabletop, downward dog, or stay in tabletop. Deep breath. Exhale. Look at the hands and walk to the front of your mat. Half lift, hands to your shins, look forward, L shape. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And we're back to the beginning. So we did a few extra on the ground just to get used to the movements. But now we'll put it all together. So it's okay if you get lost along the way. You can always pause. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, nice and slow, dive forward, touch down. Halfway lift, hands to your shins, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees a lot, hands to the ground, step back, plank, knees down, lower to your belly. Baby cobra, inhale, half lift. From here, press down, come back to your tabletop, tuck your toes, downward dog, lift your hips, take 3 breaths. 2 and 1. Look at your hands. It's nice to come up onto your tiptoes and then step to the front of the mat. You can walk your way there. Bring your hands to your shins, half lift, look forward. Exhale, dive forward and down. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, so hopefully you're starting to get into it. And we'll try one more time, and this time we're going to try another variation on the ground. Instead of our baby cobra, we try upward facing dog. And I'll show you that in just a second. So start with your hands at your heart center. Inhale, your arms rise up. Exhale, nice and slow, dive forward, touch down. Half lift your hands, come to your shins, look forward. Exhale, hands come down, step back, plank. Knees down, tabletop, lower to your belly. From here you can now, instead of a baby cobra, you can go for baby cobra, or you can press through your hands and come a little higher with your chest. This is upward facing dog. Let's stay here for a moment, look up. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees, tuck your toes. We've got tabletop into down dog. 3 breaths. 2, and 1. Look at your hands, bend your knees, walk forward. Halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise up, reach on up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Let's do it all one more time. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, nice and easy, slowly bow down, touch down. Halfway lift, hands to shins, L shape, look forward. Exhale, your hands touch down, step it back. High plank, knees down, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, either a baby cobra or an upward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out. You can look up, and then we'll bend the knees. Downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift your hips for 3, 2, 1. Look at your hands and walk forward. Lift halfway for your breath in. Exhale. Dive forward. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back to your heart center. Pause, mountain pose, relax your hands to the sides. How are you feeling? Hopefully you're feeling pretty good. And we'll take a few breaths just standing in our mountain pose. Deep breaths in and long breaths out. Just take one more. Exhale. Now we're going to separate our knees, our feet wide, and bend our knees into a horse pose. So we'll just, to warm up our legs, we're going to bend and straighten. So bring your hands to your hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale and bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your hands to your knees. Lean forward, breath in. Bring your right shoulder across towards your left knee. A little twist here. Come back to the middle, breath in. Opposite side, left shoulder, right knee. Come on back to center, breath in. Stay, breath out. Bring both arms up, inhale. Hands to your heart center, breath out. We're going to practice our warrior poses. So turn your right foot to the right. The left foot will be opposite direction. So the toes will point forward. Toes will point to the side. Right foot forward. Bring your hands on your hips and bend your right knee. You can stay right here or try your arms out to the side, warrior pose. Your hands, palms will face down. Look over the right shoulder. Try not to lean too far forward or too far back. Right in the center, shoulders over your hips. Press your feet down, nice strong legs, strong belly. Look forward, feel strong like a warrior. 3, 2, and 1. Turn your right hand to face the ceiling. This is called peaceful warrior. Lift your arm up, and we'll hold here. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up. Bring your hands to your hips and straighten your right foot. And turn your toes back to the side direction. Pause for your breath in. Exhale here. We'll do the other side. So point the left toes towards the side, the short side of the mat. Your right toes will point to the side. So they're opposite directions. Bend your front knee, arms out. Breath in, breath out. Try to make sure your knee is right over the ankle. You can reach the arms long and look over your left fingertips this time. Warrior 2. Strong like a warrior for 3, 2, last one. Last breath out. Turn your left hand to face the sky and lean back for your inhale. Stay, exhale. 3, peaceful warrior 2, last one. Nice job. Come back up, hands to your hips, point your toes to the side, and walk them in a little bit. Both toes face parallel to one another, feet parallel. Hands to your hips to start. Inhale, look up. This time we're going to dive all the way forward. See if you can touch the mat. If not, you can always bring your hands to the legs. Relax your upper body down. See if you can come body weight towards your toes. Your heels are light. Crawl your hands towards the right. All the way, peek over the right shoulder towards your ankle. You can even grab hold of the ankle for a moment. Couple breaths. 3, 2, 1, and then crawl your hands all the way over to the left. You can grab your ankle if you like it. For 3, 2, and 1. And then crawl your hands back to center. Ground both hands underneath your shoulders. Look down. Hopefully you can see me okay. Maybe I'll turn to the side so you can see a little better. Ground the hands down and lift your right arm up. Like airplane, like you have a propeller wings. Breath in. Bring your right hand down. Lift your left hand up. Exhale, bring it down. Let's just do one more on each side. Lift the right arm up. Look right. Bring it down. Left arm up. Look left. Bring it down. Let's do it one more time. Right arm up and down. Left arm up and down. Good job. Then heel toe your feet back to the middle, and we'll hang over our legs again. So grab hold of your opposite elbows. Rock a little side to side. Release your arms and ragdoll. Slowly come up to stand. Pause, breath in. Full breath out. All right, hope you're feeling really well. So the rest of the class, we're going to start to wind down. But this time your legs are going to come in front of you. Okay? Flex your toes to point up, and then point your toes. Flex, breath in, point, breath out. If it feels more comfortable to have the hands behind you, that's fine. We're going to flex and point our feet. Now can you do opposite? Yeah, there you go. Now you can see my feet a little better. So flex one and point the other. Flex the opposite. Flex and point for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let that go. Do some opposite rolls of the ankle. Open up those feet. Big rolls in opposite directions. And then switch it. Reverse it. 3, 2, 1. Good. And give those feet a little shake out. And then stretch the legs out in front. Again, flex those toes. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, reach forward, forward, forward until you can't reach anymore. Maybe you grab for your feet or your legs. Either one is fine. Once you're there, breath in. And try to relax as far forward as you can. Find a stretch through the backs of the legs. Relax your head and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Straighten your right leg out. Bend your left knee. Bring your right hand down and lift the left arm over the head. Side stretch. Look underneath your armpit. Breathe and stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. And then scoot so that you're facing your right leg and dive over the leg. Stretch this way for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more. And come on up. Walk your way up with your hands, and we'll just switch legs. So left leg out to the side, right leg in, left arm down. Bring the right arm over. Find a stretch through your side body. You might look underneath your armpit. Stretch and reach for 3, 2, last one. Last breath out. Come on up and turn to face your left leg. You might need to just scoot the hips a little. Flex those toes. Breath in. Nice to reach up. Exhale, reach forward towards your foot and dive forward. A few rounds of breath here. You're doing great. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Come on up, and we'll open both of our legs out to the side. Scoot your hips back. Hands come forward, and try to crawl straight forward until you can't crawl anymore, and then just relax as much as you can over your legs. You might grab for the feet or the sides of your legs if that makes it feel a little better for you. or you can just reach forward. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Slowly, slowly bring your legs back together. Bend your knees this time and bring your hands behind you. We're going to reverse our table, so press your hands down. Lift your hips up. See if you want a crab walk today. You can walk in one direction and walk in the other direction. And then come on back to center. Lift your hips high, high, high to the sky. Stay here, or maybe you try to lift one leg and switch it up, other leg. Then you might want to kick, 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 kick for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it, lift up, breath in, lower down, breath out. Nice job, everybody. Give yourself a hug, let that go for your inhale. Exhale right here. Awesome. All right, so we're going to try our boat pose. Bring your hands to your thighs and lean back a bit. All right, now let's try to lift our legs up, just the toes on the mat. Lift one leg, put it down. Then lift the other leg and put it down. You can try for both legs while you hold. Boat pose, here we are. 3, 2, 1. Place your feet down, give yourself a hug. Now you can always stick with that version of the pose, or we'll try something a little different. You bring your hands behind you, point your toes, lift one leg up and down. Other leg up and down. Now try both legs up and hold. Sometimes it's nice to place the elbows down. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Give yourself a hug, squeeze, rock side to side. And now we'll row our boat. So you can always choose whichever variation you like. I'll instruct the one where you grab for your hamstrings and point your toes and lean back. You can stay right here. Lift the arms up. Breath in. Reach to the left. Breath out. And then row the boat. Row, row, row the boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Lift your arms up. Point your toes, lean back. Other side, reach. Row, row, row the boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Arms come up for your breath in. Come on forward, breath out. Good job, everybody. And then last boat, we're going to try to lift everything up if you can. If you fall back, that's okay. So take a breath. Grab for your hamstrings to start. Lean back to the legs. See if you can lift your legs up like we were doing before. Now see if you can lift your arms up or forward. 3. You can do it. Try for 2. Try to straighten the legs. Last one. If you fell back like this, that's okay. Come on forward. And then let it go. Let your knees drop out to the side. We butterfly our legs. All right, we're going to start to come down to the floor to lay down. So scoot your hips, lay on back. Let your legs come long to the ground. Draw your right knee in, give it a hug, squeeze, maybe roll the ankle. I don't know if you can see, but you'll extend your right arm out to the side and cross your knee all the way over so you're twisting. And a few breaths. Keep your right shoulder down. 3, 2, 1. Come back in, bring it in, give it a squeeze, and let the right leg come along. And then bring the left knee in, give it a squeeze, roll the ankle. 3, 2, 1. Nice squeeze of the leg, lots of love for the leg. Breath in. Then extend the arm out to the side. You can see a little better on this side, and then cross your knee so you're twisting. Try to keep your shoulder down. And when I say twist, it means like the middle, like your belly is twisting. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee back in. Give it a squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And straighten it out. You might shake the leg. And one of our last poses, we are going to do a dead bug pose. So you're going to lift your legs up to the sky. You're going to lift your arms up to the sky and give them a shake like you're a dead bug. Maybe you make some noise. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. How fast can you shake? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fingers up, toes up. Hold it for a second when you breathe in. Slowly bend the knees, lower your arms. Let your legs come out long, your arms long. Take a moment on your back here. You can close your eyes and relax. And notice how it feels to breathe in and how it feels to breathe out. Can you relax your arms a little heavier to the mat? Relax your legs. Relax your belly and your face, your jaw. Feel your whole body connected to the mat. You can imagine you're on the beach and the sand, laying on the sand on a warm day. See if you can kind of melt into whatever surface you're on and imagine that it's sand beneath you. Deep breath. And start to wiggle your fingers, start to wiggle your toes. You could roll your wrists and ankles, and we'll take a big, long morning stretch. So reach your arms up over the head, point your toes long, stretch, 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 breath in. Exhale, draw your knees in, give your both knees a hug. You might rock side to side, a circle in one direction, other direction. A little rock, whatever feels good. And then make your way up to a seat. And we'll end as we began. Nice tall seat. You might be on a cushion if that was more comfortable for you at the beginning. Hands on your knees, shoulders over the hips. Relax your shoulders, relax your eyes. Eyes can be closed or halfway open. Just pause here. Notice how you feel. Take a deep breath. And let it go. Turn your hands to face the sky. You can keep your eyes closed if you like for this. Breathe in, your hands all the way over your head. Hands, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Give yourself a little bow for coming to practice. I thank you so much for joining me this evening. It was my honor and my pleasure to guide you. If you ever have any questions about the practice, you can always reach out to us at the Lincoln Heights Youth Art Center. We have an Instagram, emails, and our YouTube channel, of course, which is where this will be aired. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day or morning or evening, or whatever time it is for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. We have one more session of these classes to go, so stay tuned for next week. Take care. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.